now that our house is rotting, I start getting more questions and raise concern, and I hope more people learn and share, because that's critical. Who was deceived and trapped in this greenhouse agenda pushed by the government, by the way. And I just hope my pioneer into making that video blog for people to see and have questions, and when you have question, you seem to typically find that answer. So hopefully we together can summarize questions and find these answers. And I'm just going to show you things that are very, very important. You're not going to find this unless you're specifically looking for it. And basically, all you're going to hear is from the house owners, the losers, I guess, SIP house losers, people that lost their homes because of what I'm about to tell you here. Okay, so this is going to be pretty much the first audio video recording, and not like a printout. Okay, so we're gonna start with why SIP roofs rot. Why? And let's look at OSB manufacturer LP. They specialize in producing OSB panels that most manufacturers of SIP panels use to make their product. This is just a component. In addition, they use EPS, a foam, basically, a foam that you can use for transportation, packaging, whatever. But look at this. 20-year limited warranty is what is provided for this material. And then what happens once this material gets to manufacture like Fisher Sips? You know, that warranty disappears. What are they doing in this garage to that OSB where the warranty disappears? Or they do not, as you know, they do not provide warranty on their SIP panels, with exception to lifetime delamination. Okay, so why this one with the warranty gets inside of this garage and loses its warranty? Well, let's go over here. And by the way, this is a courtesy of Fisher Sips image, okay? And so is that. Now, look at this. I've talked about this in my other videos, where the storage, how manufacturers keep their product. Well, let's look. Let's give you an even better close-up look. See, this is just basically stored outside. Should always be with the foam, basically blocking ventilation for that panel, be sitting outside the way it is. And look, this is somebody else's house to be built with all that looks like dirt by rain deterioration. There is also discoloration of mold. That looks green to me. I do know how to use Photoshop, but I didn't edit that. You can go on Google while they still have these images available and look at for yourself. Look at this. They're gonna build a house together. So Fisher Sips, and this is rot, by the way. So Fisher Sips is gonna send this product to the builder and set him up for failure. And if the owner discovers rot on time, depending on their state statute of limitation, they're gonna sue that builder. But if not, like in our case, we discovered that later, we cannot sue the builder. And why even should we, actually? Because the deterioration of the product begins with the manufacturer, in our case Fisher Sips. Okay, now what do we have here? Well, yeah, 6 to 10 years later, happy owners discover just that. And when they do, uh, they cannot sue anybody. They cannot claim warranty. They just sitting there and asking questions on internet from other people, like, what should I do? Where should I go? How to repair? Because SIPA, they give you a training how to put it together, but I didn't see, maybe I'm wrong, but I didn't see any training there that would tell you how to repair that kind of damage, because that's a stain on this product nationwide. So that's why you're not gonna find these images on their site, and I can guarantee you that because I've looked. Okay, so we're gonna go first, Rare Manufacturing Inc. Now I'm using this website as my reference, and I think they're credible. They build their houses traditionally, which is a stick and frame. And the reason I choose them as my reference is because they provide a very good detail on how roof should be ventilated. And again, we're looking at the traditional way, right? So they have this very good detail right here. And I'm gonna zoom that up. And on this detail, they indicate how the air flows under the roof and escapes, right? Yes. So, and look, they have insulation, and that is not foam. This insulation allows, typical traditional rated, allows air to get through, right? So yes, this is how that should be done, tradition ways. And let me tell you, if you use SIP panels, it doesn't mean you shouldn't be ventilating that roof. Every wood piece, wood exposed to moisture, main structure, it should be ventilated. So we're not going to compare traditional roof to SIP, but both have to have ventilation. Yes, right. So going to this green building advisor and repairing the SIP roof, as you can see, guest blogs. So that is people. People run this blog asking questions and advising each other. And where is SIPA and manufacturers of SIPs at this point? I don't know. But look, December 12, 2016, when it was posted, and the poor guy asking for help, how to repair his roof. They had leaks and possibly rot, and so he got a crew to help him out with that. And as you can see, this is all intact. Just around here something happening. And look, next image will show their first discovery right here. Rot. Yeah. Rot. And because it is panel, it's a process, it's gonna destroy the entire panel. It's not gonna be isolated on just one roof beam or joint. No, it's gonna rot entirely. Yeah. Look, so the damage is devastating. Here's another one. And look at this. Look how many people fixing it. We have 5. Oh, there's one over here too, 6. Probably more that it is not in the picture. But when SIPA says build with SIPs and you're gonna save on labor, yeah, we did save on labor, because we got one builder. He came along with his crane to put these panels together. Now let me ask you, this guy whose roof is actively rotting right on this image, did he save on labor to repair it? Look how many people working now. Is it really a great way to save your money? when you have to find a whole crew to replace it or repair it, or maybe, I don't know how they did this. I have no clue. But certainly not labor cost economy. No, not 6 or 5 or 10 years later after it's been put together. So let me see where we're gonna go next. I'm gonna go to SEPA. Yeah, SEPA. This is their store. Go to resources, store, and you're gonna end up right here. And this is the resources for everybody, I assume, not just builders, right? Not just them. And they have a lot of printouts here, free. And I downloaded every single one of them. Yeah, every single one of them. I have them now on file if they start scraping that off at some point in time. And we're gonna look at some of these printouts. And again, today I'm gonna be focusing on the roof. We're gonna go to this handout by SEPA. Basic connection details. How to do your roof. SIP roof, by the way. SIP roof. We're gonna go to details 18, 18A, and 19 as we're going along. Okay, there we go. So look at this. Look at this detail, and I'm just gonna show you, then I comment a little. This is SIP roof. Panel, vapor, shingles. This detail is officially posted on SEPA to train their builders, right? This is how they train. This is what builders have to go by, right there. So my question is, how is it ventilated? Do you have this question too? I mean, it's important, it has to be, but how do they show ventilation on this detail? Here's next detail. Look at this. We have SIP panels put together, and we have that ridge vent, and apparently that blue line shows the air escape, right? Ventilation. But let me ask you, how is it ventilated here, and what's the purpose of this ventilation? Are they ventilated ridge vent? How this gonna be ventilated? It doesn't go anywhere, it just sits there. So they're ventilating just this opening right here. What about this side of the panel here? How does the air get in there? Because they claim, oh, EPS is very tight, closed cell material. It does not let in and out. That's why you have a efficient house. But how this is ventilated? It makes you think, right? Here's another image. Look at that. So issues as ventilation, that if lack of will cause a rot, they don't even show this as of January 26, 2024. They don't show it right here. It's on their guidance. This is how they train builders to install their roof, so that the people like myself find themselves in disaster 5 to 10 years later, dependent on the quality of SIP. And yes, the most important thing is here to look for, right there. Revised November 29, 2024, 2021. So, question again, why it's been revised in 2021, and how many times they revised that before, and what was the reason for that revision? Is it because a lot of people post their rotten roofs? I don't know. I don't know. And what about those people that build their houses before 2021? Yeah, I'm just thinking. What did they teach builders in 2013? That's when our house was installed, right? I'll show you. Hopefully, I will remember to bring that up. But for now, November 29, 2021, and they still show you detail with no ventilation. That's how SIPA specifies it. Now, I want you to show this here. There's another printout from SIPA, SIP roof and wall assemblies, and what we're gonna look at, page 5, and look at that. Courtesy of SIPA. This here, this detail here, does show indeed the ventilation. Look, they added another panel here to ventilate the origin, the structural roof, right? So they show, yeah, ventilation air introduced. I mean, my question is when it was introduced. Yesterday? Maybe? I don't know. Because look, there is no date. And they're probably gonna go and claim, oh yeah, we had this detail in here since 1950 when we didn't have AutoCAD and Alden Doe created panels. Yeah, they love talking about history of SIP panels that goes back to Frank Lloyd Wright, and we'll talk about that too one day. Because it's very nice to attach name of the greatest architect of his time, Frank Lloyd Wright, to their product, because that creates a trust. That creates a trust when the product has a long history. I mean, are you agree with me? But I was going to go back to this detail here, and yes, this is the proper way to put up SIP roof, because you have a SIP panel here, dart, studs, another sheeting of, I don't know, second layer of sheeting. They don't even specify what you have to cover this with. Then they cover underlayment or vapor, and then shingles. And then shingles. Yes, this is the right way to do SIP roof. So let me see where we're gonna go next. Oh, yeah. So I'm gonna show you now our own drawings and how Fisher SIPs right here, yeah, Fisher SIPs specify our builder and their installer on 7/16/13 how he should put the roof together, and it's just whatever. It's probably copy paste to begin with. They just use it over and over, but this is what you need to look for right here. Look, Fisher SIP manufacturer specified how to use their product for the builder in 2013. Take your time and look at this. What's wrong with that? Well, zero information on ventilation, zero information on finishing the product. So if you see this, you would think that, oh, you don't even need finish back in 2013, right? Because that's how you should do it. Yeah, you don't put even vapor. It's just gonna, it doesn't afraid of water and moisture. It can stay on its own because there's nothing in reference to finish, not talking even ventilation. Yeah, just look at that. And now let's see where we're gonna go next. We're gonna go to SIPA Panel Association jingle and their YouTube channel. Yeah, so like they told me on the phone, they are a training organization. And this gentleman here, Mr. Cobb, I spoke with him actually a couple of days ago, told him about the problem and everything. And guess what he said? One of the reasons, he listed many, but one of the reasons he said the problem with our house writing is our unqualified builder. And a reason why he said that, I'm assuming, is because statute of limitation to sue that builder is 5 years. So I cannot sue him. But then he also listed other problems for the rod, like moisture, leak, whatever, So not Fisher SIPs, obviously, not SIP panels, obviously. But the reason I'm bringing you to this website is to show you, courtesy of YouTube, this is an official channel for SIPA. And let's see what they have right here, what kind of training they have for builders, especially for those who want to build now. And well, they did post lessons, and they go back in 2 years ago, literally just 2 years ago. So this people that building now, they have a little feedback, right, to lean on. And what about people that build their houses before that, like in 2015, like in 2018? Where were these trainings, and where the builders can get their information? And I will take you to that again, to that store by SIPA. And here you see that book, right? I bought it, by the way. I gave him a little bit more money again. But this is Builder's Guide to SIPs, and how builders, what did they go by in 2007, let's say, or 2008. As you can see, SIPA refers you to that. This book was published in 2008 again. So what builders, what kind of training did they get, and from whom, and through what means? If this book came out in 2008, so how those SIP houses doing right now that were built before that book came out, right? But just keep myself on the track here. I just wanted to show you. Yeah, this is posted 2 years ago. Mold and moisture. Yeah, I haven't seen this one yet, but too late for me, by the way. That's why. But I will look into that too, just to be fair, right? So if you see on their training for the public, for the builders, the ones that could not come to the seminars and workshops, 2 years ago, people. Yeah, lessons. Now, and this is Mr. Al Cobb, the one that I spoke with, an active, legitimate trainer, and also expert in SIPs that I spoke with. Now, let me show you what SIPA had for people like us who built their homes in 2013. What was available to consumers and builders at the time. And that doesn't matter. That's gone, because we're way over that time frame. But look at this. So 15 years ago, this video and this one, okay? And excuse me, I researched that lady. Okay, I found her house. She's talking how great that house was. Tornado, storm, whatever. And that's another reason why my father chose this material, because it says very strong, durable. It's not going to be demolished like a birdhouse. Well, this lady, she built her house using wall and roof panels. She did not use floor panels. And if I were her, I would check her roof right now, just to make sure that it's okay. We don't know either, because we haven't heard back from her feedback 15 years ago. Oh, I mean, today. We haven't heard from her. But the reason I want to show you this video is this is what we had when our house was built by the builder, and also that information was apparently available to the builder to see. Let's look at that. We're not gonna look at the whole video here, but do you see a lot of information in here? Do you see details, specifications, how to build? I mean, what do you see? I only hear music, and that falls like a Lego blocks. Yeah, like a Lego blocks. But this is not a Lego blocks house. This is a structural insulated house. People live in it for real, and when it gets destroyed, they rot in their house. So the question is, how much information builders and owners had at the time when our house was built? And tell me if that information here, if that's sufficient for anybody to build SIP house to code. So I'm gonna go back to my image here. So why SIP roofs rot? That's the question. Who is at fault? I think, we need to figure that out. There's a lot of things in it. SIPA, manufacturer, training, builders. Who is at fault? One thing I know, that right now we've got a rotten house on our hands, and nobody wants to look into that. Nobody takes the time to alarm other people and just to flip that agenda over. This is not a product, or at least by Fisher Sips, to build your lifetime house investment, whatever, because you're gonna lose everything. All right. So I hope I did okay. This is my very first, I guess, premiere video to use screen recorder. I hope it went okay. I made some mistakes as I was talking, probably. Again, this is my third language, so and I'm also distraught with, disoriented or disorganized, because that situation itself puts a huge toll on me. I thought I can work with disabled children. I have one, and I learn a lot, and I can take any disabled child and teach him anything, in comparison to ABA therapists that are currently come in. And that's probably a different blog I need to open, and help mothers to give their children the best. I certainly open to that as well, but I'm thankful for everybody who's watching this and bears with me and tolerates me, I guess. Good intentions. I just want you to think about all of this and have questions and see if you can answer them. All right. So God bless you all. I hope it was interesting, fascinating, informative, and discoverable. Okay. God bless you. Bye.